Hello everybody, this is Blade Cross EXE, and welcome to Fate Grand Order's Garden of Sinners event rerun. So yeah, a couple years ago, I think it was at least 2 years ago now, I did the Garden of Sinners event back during the early days of my YouTube channel, and there's this one mission over here at the old incinerator called Into the Woods, where you have to fight 3 ghost enemies called Voids, all at once, and they all have 666,000 and then 666 HP. It's a whole lot of 6s side by side, over 6 million HP apiece. And you're supposed to take a Saber class Shiki with you. That's what the game forces you to do for support. And her Noble Phantasm has the insta-death ability, and you're supposed to use that to kill all the Voids at once. So I decided, why not try to kill the Voids without using Void Shiki? If I can find the party that I made for this. So yeah, I've gotten quite a few new servants over time, and I've crafted together a team that I think will be strong enough to do this. Alright, so got my team assembled. Basically, the plan here is going to be dish out as much damage as possible, wipe them out one by one, and then if Sanzang fails, then I'll have Da Vinci and Helena as backup. I am going to skip over the story cutscene because I've already done that in another video. If you'd like to watch that, then you can go check out my playlist. I'll have a link at the end of the video, and we can see where it goes from here. Alright, here we go. So, one thing I need to say right up front, I expect this to be a very long battle, so if there's a random cut that seems a little out of place, it's just for the sake of breaking the footage so that I don't lose the file. One thing I unfortunately discovered during my Tales of Setsubun event recordings is that the screen recorder that I use in particular can only record a video that is almost an hour long. Like, between, 52 and 60 minutes is about where we get. And then after that, the video just stops in place, and I lose everything else. So, that said, unfortunately, the Tales of Setsubun video is canceled. I was only able to get through, the 3rd or 4th set of floors before I started losing things. And because I record the majority of them 10 floors at a time, I lost the big boss fight at the end of the passageway, so that kind of defeats the entire purpose. So that means that Tales of Setsubun video series canceled. I apologize. And I guess I'm just going to move on to the Valentine's Day stuff then. Because that was the next video on my itinerary. So the goal that I have set up here is going to be having Merlin and Tamamo constantly casting Garden of Avalon and the Eightfold Blessings of Amaterasu to constantly keep building Noble Phantasm gauge, and then have Sanzang repeatedly using her Noble Phantasm on whoever the target is at the time, and just beat them into submission. I also brought Helena with me because her Noble Phantasm is Pierce Invincibility now, so she should be pretty valuable if Sanzang can't pull it off. And Da Vinci is just a pretty strong caster overall. So yeah. Also, Tamamo now is Noble Phantasm level 2. I got that one by accident, but I ain't complaining. The goal is to do this without having to use Void Shiki's abilities, so let's hope it goes well. This is gonna take a while. I think that once I can start stacking the Guard of Avalons quicker, then everything else should fall into place better, because the Noble Phantasm regen will be just so high that I can get one like every turn or every other turn. And the faster the Sanzang can regenerate, the faster that I can dish out damage. I still expect to be here for a while, though. I really like Sanzang's Tamamo's animation update. It looks a lot better than it used to. Instead of just throwing a cleanse tag or whatever those magic tags are called, and then it's shooting random elements at attack, now she's like throwing icicles and then tornadoes and all kinds of good stuff. So it drains, so it recovers HP as well. Alright, that's how you want it. It took me a while to decide as to whether I should have my attackers targeting a single enemy at a time or targeting all at once. In the end, I decided one at a time because of the darkness ability, which causes them to regenerate 10,000 HP for every ally. So if they can do that 3 times in a turn, it's either 10,000 or 100,000 times 3. So I'd rather just 10,000. So it's 30,000 a turn if they all decide to do it. So just knock them out one by one so that they can't do that. Come on. There we go. Dream of Charisma's not recharged yet. Okay. So I don't know if y'all saw my my New Year's summoning video. I know it's really late getting up, and I don't mean to keep plugging my own videos, but it's relevant to this because, or it's relevant to Fate Grand Order, obviously. I feel like I got cheated in so many ways during those things. Like during the guaranteed SSR summoning, I got another copy of Mysterious Hero X Altar. I already had 5 of her, so I got a 6th. I didn't need it. And I can't burn it because she's too precious. But aside from that, I also ended up getting... I only got 2 4-star servants out of all the courts that I threw trying to get Skathaha. And the 2 4 stars I got were Astolfo and then Theon. Like, that really got under my skin. It's like, it spins gold, it's a Lancer, I'm happy, I think it's Skathaha, it's freaking Theon Makumeo. I'm like, it's no wonder the fake Grand Order community hates you. Like, you keep spooking us like this. Just why, man? Then, of course, I had that godlike luck during the actual Garden of Sinners rerun where I managed to get another copy of Saber Shiki and a Asagami. Is that how you pronounce her name? I got those 2, and I got a second copy of Gilgamesh Caster, which that's actually the first time that not Kid Gil has ever been summoned by me. Like, I still haven't got Archer Gil yet, but that's the first time I was ever actually able to summon Caster Gil, and then the first one I got, I had to use the guaranteed 4-star ticket a little while back, and then now I summoned Castergill, and then I also got a second Marie Antoinette and a second Beowulf using tickets, so all my luck manifested at once, and I'm not going to complain too hard about it. So now we see the pattern, we see the process. Here's how it goes. Full Blessings of Amaterasu always goes last so that it will replenish an old Phantasm charge for everybody, including herself. And I chose the Alice Institute Mystic Code because it has the skill cooldown ability. So, in case I need to bust out another invincibility from Merlin, then I can do so. I think I forgot to apply invincibility this turn, actually. Whoops. Nope, I didn't. Then Tamamo's constantly got the skill cooldown, so that's gonna be good. Alright, we're on turn 12, and I've taken 1 million HP down. Not counting the regenerations here, so still keeping at it. Just spam all the Buddha Palm. You know, Sanzang glowing gold like that and just doing rapid strikes, it's almost like Dio in the world doing Muda Muda Muda, but instead it's Buddha Buddha Buddha. Yeah, that was terrible. Oh yeah. I'm sure I said it last time the event came out too, but I really like the music they used during the Garden of Sinners. Yeah, I should actually watch that. That's here on my watch list here soon. Me and my wife are gonna watch Fate Extra Last Encore here soon. After that, probably gonna watch Elmoloid Case Files, and then after we're done with that, we'll watch Absolute Demonic Front Babylonia, and then I think I'm gonna watch Garden of Sinners. Because I want to see what the deal with Shiki and that other chick is. Asagami, that was her name. So, I think the thing I'm looking forward to most about the Babylonia Fate anime is gonna be when Gramps finally shows up. At the time of this recording, I think we're on episode 16, maybe 17? I may have the number wrong, but last I saw, like, I didn't watch it, but I've seen, like, I see ads for it on, like, Facebook and Google and all that. The last episode that I know came out was when the Lamu have turned on Kingu. If y'all remember that from the actual story mode chapter. That just happened. So, what I'm looking forward to most is when Gramps, King Hassan, actually makes his appearance and begins the battle in the underworld with Tiamat. That is going to be amazing. Alright, just keep the pattern going. Let's go, Sanzang. Well, by turn 20, I don't think this is bad progress. Almost got that one in the middle into the 4 millions. So, it took me 22 turns to knock out 2 million of his HP. So that's like 1 million every 11 turns. I'm trying to do the math in my head, see how long it's going to take me to do this fight. Yeah, I did see this other guy do this same challenge, but he took a different team with him. He actually did it during the first run of the event, I'm pretty sure, and he had Halloween Elizabeth Bathory, Emiya, and Anderson as his team. I've never used Anderson, like, at length, so I don't really know his abilities, but Emiya's got the ignore defense, and Halloween Elizabeth is a caster with the area of effect attack, so it makes perfect sense. Me, I decided to go for more stall-based tactic. Although I think his setup might have been better. Heck, maybe Helena would have been better because she's got the ignore defense as well. Too bad you can only do this quest once. I'm actually going to change it up a little bit. Make Garden of Avalon go second so that it has higher effects than it normally would. Take a slight damage cut, though. That's okay. There we go, down into the 4 millions. Might have been wiser to use arts and get everyone charged up faster. Oh well. Now, good thing about me pulling Fujino... is that her name? The archer chick, yeah. Good thing about me pulling her early is that I can save my quartz for either the Fate Apocrypha event or the summer rerun so that I can get Made Alter. I'm actually really going to go for it this time. Trying to imagine how this fight would go with double Merlin. Or double Tamamo. Nah, double Merlin would be better because the regen would be so constant. Heck, a waiver would have been great for this. So I think the next big event that I'm looking forward to is going to be the Fate Apocrypha event, because Sieg looks like a really cool Warfare Servant. Oh, I heard that with the past New Year update in the Japanese version, Saber Lily got added to the friend point summoning. So that gives me some hope that maybe other Welfare Servants will as well, because my wife just recently picked the game back up, and she missed out on a lot of Welfare Servants, including ones that she really likes, like Santa Altar. So maybe if they could add to friend point summoning, it would be possible for her to get them in the future as well. I don't know if they are going to do that yet, but I think it's a possibility. Alright, gotta break sequence just slightly here. Give them a charge, and then I'll use Sanzang's Noble Phantasm next turn. You know, these ghosts aren't nearly as threatening now because I have such better servants. Like, I think the only one of the ones in my front line that was available back then... Actually, heck, I think the only one in my party that I have that would have been available was, Tamamo no Mai. Aside from that, all the servants I have now were added after the Garden of Sinners event, if I recall correctly. I know Merlin wasn't in it, and Sanzang probably wasn't either, and nor was Da Vinci. Da Vinci might have been, I don't remember. No? No, I don't think so, no. So yeah, the only one here is Tamamo, and I don't think she could have done it on her own. So, it's not nearly as scary now that I have better servants to work with, and that I'm at such a high level. That's what made this fight so daunting last time, because you were at such a low level, because Fate Grand Order is still fairly new at the time. This is one of the earlier events. So, it was a little bit scary by comparison. Heck, I remember half the servants I used weren't even at their max level. Gonna use Sanzang's Null Phantasm Charge ability and Merlin's Dreamlight Charisma next turn. I'm really excited for whenever the Camelot movie's supposed to get released. No word on that yet. Or at least I haven't heard anything. Heaven's Feel Part 3 Spring Song releasing in March. That's going to be really awesome. I don't know when it's supposed to come to America to be in theaters, but I am excited for it, obviously. Alright, yeah, let's go ahead and use this. And the game's a little bit of lag right here. Don't know why. Okay, back to normal. So yeah, Heaven's Feel Part 3 will be in theaters in Japan in March, and I really hope that it comes to America shortly afterwards so I can watch it. Yeah, for those who didn't know, it had Part 1 and 2 both had screenings here in America, even though it was in Japanese. Part 1 actually got its dub in theaters, but Part 2 didn't, to my knowledge. If it did, it wasn't anywhere near where I could go watch it. The DVD, or the Blu-ray did receive a dub, and I'm really excited to see how the whole story concludes. Tamamo sounds so faint when she does that. Almost got him down into the 3 million range. Just gonna lay the beat down on him. Okay, I'll use her Noble Phantasm next turn. I'm gonna go ahead and give everyone a boost. There we go. There we go. Finally down to the 3 millions. Really wanted to go for a triple Noble Phantasm. May as well. Besides, the higher the numbers, the better off it is anyway. That's one of my favorite new attacks that she does. Alright, here we go. In case you're wondering, I went ahead and used this so that way it can be cooling down for next time, so that way I can have it ready to use again. Alright. Smack Merlin. No? Okay. Oh, but look at that! Dreamlike Charisma! Hahaha. Yeah, do your thing. It's not gonna save you in the end. Okay, sorry about that. Had to do a slight break in the recording so that the video didn't get too long. Alright. Let's keep her going. Yeah. That's a lot of Guard of Avalon stack. Now, with how much this is stacking, that got them both about 50% charge after just one go. So let's stack another one on there. I don't know why I picked the one in the middle to start on. Truth be told, I kind of wish I brought the combat uniform Mystic Code with me so I could swap out my support casters for my attacking casters. Almost got that one down to half HP. Just keep smacking him. Just barely above halfway. And now just slightly more so. Come on. Smack Tamamo just once. Or not. Oh, that works. Use the Eightfold Blessings of Amaterasu, and then charge her own Noble Phantasm Gauge again. Get her back up to where everyone else is, then we can just build gradually together. Yeah, see? Close to the same level. Merlin gets slightly higher regen because he has automatic regen for himself, even without the, even without his, Guard of Avalon being cast. Go ahead and throw some defense for the lulz. Why didn't y'all hit Merlin? Well, definitely gonna knock this guy down into the 2 millions after this turn. Hopefully. Yeah, pretty sure. Nope, barely. Still barely hanging in there. Change my mind. I'm gonna use the, her Noble Phantasm next turn. I figure it's more important to get Tamamo's recharged faster before just using another one. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Finally out of the 3 millions, down into the 2 millions. How long have we been at this again? My, I don't have a timer set exactly right now, but, how many turns has it been? Going at this for 56 turns, and I got one halfway gone. Oh boy. Does that mean it's going to take 300 turns altogether? Another counter-strike here bringing with me was Thomas Edison. I have a copy of him now, too. So, I was wondering, what if I use his skill Concept Improvement, which increases Overcharge by 2? I don't think it'd be worth having him on the team just for that alone, but if I could add that skill on someone else, then that would have been really useful. So he's at 2,800,000 right now. I want to see how much damage this is going to do. So, a little bit over 100,000. All right, here's another one for you. This is probably the most noble Phantasms I've ever used in a single match. Of course, it's also probably the longest battle I've ever had in Fate Grand Order. Alright, time for another Garden of Avalon. Smack Merlin just once. Or not. Your unenlightened don't scare me. So, I wonder how this year's summer event is going to go. I know that Berserker Jalter is the welfare servant this time, and Mysterious Heroine Double X is available. But I'm going to have to use most of my quartz to try to get Maid Alter before I get her. I mean, fortunately, she will be back next year as part of the rerun. Double X will. It's just that I can't just throw money at the game like I used to. Like, unless, you know, I magically start getting paid for YouTube or something. But, 'tis but a dream for now. Triple Noble Phantasm next turn. But yeah. Two biggest events I'm looking forward to upcoming soon are Apocrypha and then the two summer events. Okay, so that'd be 3 events technically. Another one is, or another thing is, I still haven't got around to recording a Gartha yet, so I kind of failed on that resolution, where I said I was going to try to do that by the time March rolled around. So, apologize for that one. I just kind of dropped the ball on that. I've just been really busy and hadn't really had time to record Fate Grand Order like I used to. I don't plan to continue the Lost Belts until after I finish those, though, so I'm just going to have to, I guess, take a loss on this one and not have it at release date. Although, if I work hard, I should be able to get them all up and then be caught up by the time the next chapter after Anastasia drops. Because I'm pretty sure Anastasia is going to drop either mid-March or early April. Now, finally down into the 1 millions with him. Again, I have the cooldown thing ready when I need it. I'm just gonna do just Merlin on this one because the regen that we'll have next turn will be enough to bump those other two up to Noble Phantasm level. Not quite with Sanzang. Hey. Attack Sanzang one more time. Or not. I don't think it's going to be completely easier after we kill one of them, but it'll make me feel better at least. Oh yeah. Thank you for the Noble Phantasm. May as well. So, you know something else I'm really looking forward to? Castlevania Season 3. Yeah. Season 1 was spectacular. I've already got a review of that one done, and I'm working on the review for Season 2. I'm still writing the script for it. But, I'm not going to spoil too much right here. But Season 3 is going to be really awesome, given where they left off, who the characters we have at the moment, the setup. The trailer looks awesome, and I am really excited to see where it goes. Can't really say too much for those of you who haven't watched it yet. I highly recommend it, though. Currently, before Season 3 comes out, it's only 12 episodes long. It's like an afternoon project. So if you really like Castlevania, if you really like, you like anime, you like monsters and vampires and violence, then I definitely say give it a try. Oh, come on, how's that not critical? That one in particular right there doesn't have that much left. Still over a million HP, but I'm getting there. Alright, there we go. Smack Sanzang just once. There we go. Alright, I got some Buddha Palm for your face. About to chain two of these back to back. I think I'll probably get him down into the 1,200,000s after the next turn, maybe. Oh, he's already there. Might get him down into the 100,000s after this turn. Here comes another Buddha Palm for your face. Almost got him at less than a million. Come on, smack Merlin. Or not. Ooh, another thing I forgot to mention is that later this year we're also getting the Fate Excel Zero Order rerun, and that means that Lancelot and Iskander are getting their animation updates, which Lancelot easily has some of the best improvement with animation updates. The only thing I don't like about it is how he's standing up right now, but aside from that, everything else about it I love. Really want to get that multiplier stack going again, so gotta go and get a Garden of Avalon and then try to build up another one immediately afterward. Yeah. Take your HP. It's not going to save you in the end. I'm still coming at you. 84 turns later, or 85 turns later. Finally down to less than 1 million. I think another 3 or 4 Buddha Palms should put him down for good. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. So, Mega Man ZX Legacy Collection. At the time I'm recording this, it is the day before it comes out. Me and Rio have been thinking about getting it and playing for the channel. We're just currently not in a position where we can record a lot together. Mostly because my computer's almost out of space. Finally got my tax return back, so I'm probably going to be looking at getting a new hard drive with that. I haven't decided what console we'd get it for yet, though. I would probably get it for PS4 for myself, but to record it, we'd probably get it on the Switch because it will most closely resemble the console it was originally on, the Game Boy Advance and the DS, etc. But if it's like the other Legacy Collections at all and has done any sort of justice, then it should be really awesome. Which, that begs the question, Battle Network Legacy Collection, when? He can't have that much left in him. I will say the critical rates haven't been very good so far. Another Sanzang Buddha Palm after this. Almost got him. Almost got the first one. I still got 2 more to do. Ugh. There we go. Some nice crits on that one. I can't help but wonder if Waver might have been a better choice than Merlin. Tamamo's cooldowns would have helped a whole lot. Waver could constantly be casting unreturning formation, and could constantly be buffing attack, defense, and critical rate. I don't know. But Merlin does have the party-wide invincible, but they barely do any damage at all, so I don't think it is actually helping in the long run. In case y'all been wondering, I keep using the target focus on Sanzang, so that way they all attack her and boost her Noble Phantasm gauge ever so slightly. So as soon as we kill this one, we gotta start the pattern all over again. Man, this is gonna be the longest video I've ever had. Almost at 100 turns. Took me literally 100 turns to kill one of them. Oh boy. Actually, probably more than that. At least now that I have the setup going better, it should be a little bit easier if I can keep the regen going. Okay, he'll definitely survive this turn, but I don't think he'll survive the next one as long as I can actually deal some decent damage to him next round. I don't have another Buddha Palm ready for him yet, but yeah, he'll live through the next round too. Unless... yeah, he's gonna survive. Not by a lot, though. Alright, you in the middle, you are dead this turn. Here comes a Buddha Palm. That's it. That one is dead. Oh, barely had enough, too. And now on to the second one. Oh boy. Time for a slog. Yeah, part of me is starting to regret not using Helena and Da Vinci. It was definitely the safer route, but this is turning into just boredom. Huh. Well, the entire reason I did it, or I'm doing this, was to say that I did it, so this is what it is. Got one of them, still working on the other two, so this is... We're still gonna be here for a little while, ain't we? So, what do we talk about? I don't know. Upcoming plans for the rest of 2020? Well, Anime Weekend Atlanta is falling on Halloween again this year. Which, I mean, Spooky Con is cool and all that, but it is getting kind of annoying to have... the biggest convention I go to every year on Halloween. Just because I like to try to do stuff with my wife on Halloween, because that's one of her favorite holidays. And going to a con's nice and all, but it's kind of weird having a con on a holiday. Well, you know, on a holiday that matters. Not gonna lie though, I would love to go to Hallmat some year, Holiday Matsuri. I don't know if I can this year. Just because that's probably going to be the same weekend that there's a Christmas party that we're supposed to attend. But, that is what it is. Recently I've really been having a hankering to get back into playing the Mega Man Battle Network series. That's, if I'm completely honest, that's probably my favorite game series of all time. It's definitely one of the ones I spent the most time on. And as much as I love Mega Man X, Battle Network was the big one for me that I just spent countless hours on. Played every single game, beat every single game. I didn't want 100% every single game, just because there's a lot of stuff to do in all of them, and some of them are really hard at 100% without having a second copy of the game. You know, I should play Rockman EXE Wonder Swan. Like, there was a version of the game released on the Wonder Swan for... It was still Mega Man Battle Network, but it was a side-scroller shooter, kind of like Network Transmission for the GameCube. But it more or less follows the story of the Rockman EXE anime, or the Mega Man Anti-Warrior anime, as opposed to the original games. Speaking of Mega Man Anti-Warrior, that's one anime that is, like, really weird. It's very silly, and it's kind of cringy at times, but other times it can be, like, really... It can be really dark and serious at times, but when it's silly, it is, like, the silliest thing I've ever seen. The Mega Man Anti-Warrior manga, on the other hand, is actually one of the best ones I've ever read. It's great because it follows source material, but it tells its own story, its own variation of the events, and it does it very well. It's just overall a great read, and anyone who likes manga or likes Mega Man, I would definitely recommend it. Like, there's no question at all. It's definitely a must-read for Mega Man fans. Of course, this also gets us back to the question of, is there going to be a Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection? Which, me and just about everyone I can think of thinks that there should be. You know, people who are fans of the games thinks there should be. Although, you want to know what would be the best Mega Man Battle Network game ever? They should do a mobile game, but your phone is like the PET. For those of you who haven't played the Battle Network series, to give you a basic summary, a PET is basically smartphones before smartphones were a thing. It can connect to the internet, it can let you read emails, watch videos. I'm pretty sure watching videos at some point. You can video chat. It serves as a phone itself. It's got a cyber wallet, and on top of all that, it's got a super intelligent AI built into it. Like, imagine if Cortana or Siri was actually like a real artificial intelligence inside your phone, and it could do just about anything you needed. That's basically what a PET in the Mega Man universe was. You had a little AI companion that ran around with you, and I think that Capcom, if they wanted to make money, should make a Mega Man Battle Network mobile game similar to Pokemon Go, but instead of just going around, like, instead of catching Pokemon, you go around and you battle computer viruses, and you should have the ability to customize your own Navi, your own character, and of course it would have to be slightly limited, but you should be able to do that, and they could also give you some built-in characters to play as. And I just think that would be one of the best things you could do. And instead of just catching Pokemon, when you kill the virus, you would get their battle chips. You could build up a folder, and then instead of challenging gym leaders, you would challenge members of, like, different net crime organizations like World 3, Gospel, etc. And I think that would be a great way to bring Mega Man Battle Network back to the mainstream, because now the technology has advanced. It could exist, maybe not to the fullest extent that it does in its own universe, but it could exist to a much greater extent now than it could have, 10... How long ago was it when it came out? 2003? Almost 20 years ago now? Wow, I am really freaking old. We're on our way, making decent progress on the second one. Already almost got him down to the 5 million range. Not going to bother putting Sanzang in the chain because she's going to get the charge from it anyway. Alright, here we go. Back to the Buddha Palman. There we go. It's constantly regenerating. Take this. How many times have I blown up that mountain in this battle? I done lost count. At this rate, there's not going to be any mountain ranges left in the world by the time we're done. There we go. Thank you, Tamamo. Oh yeah. That's a lot of recharge. And thank you for that extra boost. Man, Sanzang destroying mountains more than Rampage and Beast Wars. Gotta keep the pressure on. I wonder how long it would have taken Gramps to get a death on one of these guys. I think this time I'm going to go for damage instead of regen. I might start alternating between the Buddha Palm and Garden of Avalon to change up the effects a little bit. I wonder how many times the music has looped already. You know, I really like Tamamo, and I'm really sad that I never finished Fate Extella. We ran into a problem on the PS4. Ran into a problem on the PS4 we were playing it on, and for some reason, the data got corrupted and we lost our save file. So I really need to go back and finish it. Thank you. Yeah, at the rate we're going, it's looking like we're probably going to be done around 300 turns. Now to get him down into the 4 millions. I think I'm dishing out the damage to this one faster than I was to the other one. But again, I've already got the setup going a lot better, so I got the charge going a lot faster. Yeah, give me that buster up. The one thing I just now noticed about Tamamo is that her mirror isn't floating around her anymore, but is instead being held in her hand. Was it flying around her in the previous animations in the third form? I can't remember. Sanzang got all the critical stars this turn. And yeah, it still didn't crit. Another Buddha Palm while I still got that Buster up. Not yet. And continue with the regeneration cycle, and just keep the cycle going. I don't think I'm going to cast the Invincible next turn because I don't have it ready yet. But also because I want to see how much damage the Normal Phantasm actually does. Things might actually go a little bit faster if I can get one of my other servants out here.
我がしずし私全開でご奉仕いたしますここに転散豊足腕になく
That's not very much damage at all. Tamamo literally heals almost all of that, like, with her Noble Phantasm. Plus the HP regen helps, so yeah, that's not really a threat. So this is just bullying at this point. So, another cool thing that I saw is coming to Netflix soon is the Transformers War for Cybertron series. I don't know if it's going to follow the games or if it's going to be its own thing. The art style honestly reminds me a lot of Transformers Devastation, which is heavily inspired by G1. I did see the toy line that was released, and Mirage is a bad guy, though. But that could be playing into the whole thing of how, according to the original toy bio, Mirage, his loyalty was always in question, so we don't know if he actually is an Autobot or a Decepticon, but the toy that they released is a Decepticon. But we'll see where it goes from there. I mean, heck, Dinobot in Beast Wars was a turncoat, so it could be one of those deals to where he swayed to the Autobots later. But either way, I'm happy to see more Transformers, especially if it does do the style of G1. I'm not a G1er, honestly Beast Wars is my favorite, but there's something about the style of the classic characters that is just timeless, and honestly, a lot of the G1 stuff looks better than some of the more recent stuff that they've done. Which, that's why Bumblebee was so good, because most of the characters, with the exception of like Bumblebee and Blitzwing, they really took inspiration from their G1 counterparts. Rip Cliffjumper, though. Get blocked. Get blocked. So, on the topic of Fate Grand Order, about the anime and such, they've done the Fuyuki Singularity, they are doing Babylonia, and they're going to do Camelot. Are they going to do the other Singularities, though? Like, I understand that there's a lot of story holes that need to be filled, especially since they did Babylonia before Camelot, because Babylonia takes place afterwards. So that's just one thing that always perplexed me. But I think that if they are going to do more, then the two that I would say they should do are the Temple of Time, just to finish out this set of Singularities. And then after that, they should do Shinjuku. Because out of all the Singularities that I played and remember playing up to this point, my top three were... my top three were Camelot, Temple of Time, and Shinjuku. Babylonia was number 4 for me, and it was number 3 until I played Shinjuku, but I really, really liked Shinjuku, so I think that they need to do that one. Like, give us an anime adaptation of that one, and actually get Edmond Dantes in an official Fate work that's been published. Like, I mean, besides the game. I think I did hear that there's a Shinjuku manga, so he might be in that. Can we all just agree that the best part of the Fate Grand Order OVA, the Flame City Fuyuki, the best part of that was when Medusa ripped off the statue of Shinji's head? Can we just agree on that? That was the best part? Kill off Shinji, and hopefully leave him dead this time. Here we go. Alright, got the second one down to half HP. And yeah, it's taking roughly the same amount of time. Oh boy.
豊足上にご所望でございます。この世にはびこる天じゃ磯に払うは我が沈し。私全開でご奉仕いたします。ここに謙遜。そうです。
So dramatic, Tamamo.
仏の加護見せてあげる。
Really? Dang it, Merlin, you failed. There we go. Finally broke the 3 million on the second one. That regeneration is so high it doesn't even matter that they did a lot of damage to Sanzang. So, has, what's her name? Fujino, the archer from Guard of Sinners, has she come back since this rerun? Or is this the last chance to get her? Like, I have her, but I checked the Grand Order Wiki, and it doesn't show her anywhere else that I can see. I may just be overlooking it, but I don't see anywhere else for her that she's shown up so far. So, is this the last chance that they've done so far? You know, and Japan's 2 years ahead of us. If someone knows, then please answer. You know, if you're still watching this. What is probably going to end up being a 3-hour video by the time we're done. There we go. So, does anyone know if there's going to be another Castlevania game anytime soon? I know we got that game, it was like Bloodstained Ritual of the Night or something like that. But as far as I know, that wasn't actually Castlevania. It was just like a spiritual successor. But does anyone know if there's going to be an actual Castlevania game anytime soon in the near future? I would love for there to be one. Just because, well, Castlevania is awesome. But I think the last one we had was Lords of Shadow 2. Alright, no, I'm sorry. Grimoire of Souls was the last one. I think that was a mobile game. Which I still haven't played yet for some reason. But aside from that, Castlevania hasn't really had much going for it in terms of games recently. And it's kind of sad. Speaking of Lords of Shadow, that's another one that I really need to play for the channel. I've beaten the first two, and I need to actually play the third game, which is called Lords of Shadow 2. I will admit the gameplay for the first one did get kind of stale, and it was frustratingly difficult. But it was the story that really kept me invested, and I'm not even gonna lie, I cried at the ending. Like, that's how hard it hit me. And Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate played more like a classic Vania, and it was very well done, very well executed, and just very fun in general. Yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, go ahead and get Merlin doing that. Yeah, the first time I ever heard about Castlevania, actually, was in Nintendo Power Magazine. It was, Castlevania Circle of the Moon was the first thing I ever saw. My brother used to get a subscription to that, and I don't remember if I ever got a subscription for it or not. I know my brother definitely did, and I think I would just read along with him, or I'd borrow whenever he was done, etc. But Castlevania Circle of the Moon, they had a full in-depth strategy guide, and I just remember reading that, and I always thought the game looked really interesting. So that's just one thing that I always wanted to play. And I actually have Circle of the Moon. I need to just sit down and play it. It's like the other Metroidvanias on the Game Boy Advance. I just haven't made time to. Yeah, let's go ahead and beat up this skeleton ghosty right here. Yeah, I can actually count on my hands the number of Castlevania games I've actually played to completion. I've beaten the first one and the third one. I started the second one but couldn't get very far. Like, Simon's Quest just isn't very easy. It's very difficult. I've also played, I started Symphony of the Night, but didn't get very far. I beaten the main game of the Dracula X Chronicles, which is a remake of Rondo of Blood. I never beat Dracula's final form, though I did beat Shaft, and I beat Shaft's Ghost. So it's like, I beat the main game, but I didn't beat the final secret boss. I beat Dracula X on the SNES. I got one of the endings on that. I think I failed to save the girls, actually. The funny thing is, in my run of Castlevania 3, I accidentally failed to save Sypha. Just because I accidentally took the wrong route. I didn't know where to go. And I've beaten Super Castlevania 4. Then, of course, Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate, and I think that's... Oh, Castlevania The Adventure on Game Boy. Like, I played that on my 3DS Virtual Console, beat that one. Not very good. Not gonna lie, it's not very good. It suffers the unfortunate curse of just being a Game Boy game. Which, I mean, there were some great Game Boy games out there, but Castlevania just didn't translate well to it. Oh, me and Rio also played Castlevania Judgment for Fight Night Fridays a long time ago. For those of you who are fairly new to the channel, Fight Night Friday is a thing we used to do a while back, where every Friday we would upload us playing a fighting game, and the first one we did was Castlevania Judgment. I need to actually go back and play that for the story and unlock all the rest of the characters and go back and when you can go back and play it again. We haven't done a Fight Night Friday in Lord knows how long, but we need to get back into doing that again. Need to pick back up with MS Saga as well. All right, let's see. Yeah, we've heard that before. Can't touch this. Supercharged Tamamo. Yeah, I keep reading what Merlin's saying. He keeps saying only those free of sin may pass. But I'm pretty sure King Arthur had a few sins under his belt. Not as many as, like, like Lancelot, though, but I'm sure he had some flaws. Just gotta keep grinding it down. I always thought it was kind of funny how you have 3 characters from Fate who appeared in the original Fate Stay Night, at the very least in the Dean animation, who have since come back and gotten new versions of themselves in Fate Grand Order and other media. Like Mordred from Apocrypha, like Mordred appeared in a flashback, Merlin did as well, and so did Bedivere at the very end of the series. Yet all 3 of them have had different updates and redesigns and all that. I just think it's kind of cool. And of course, you want to talk about that, then in Fate Zero, during the Dear Mood backstory flashbacks, we had Fial Makumail as honestly looking a lot cooler than his final version for Fate Grand Order does. Like, dark hair and a beard looks amazing on him. Like, he looks like a much cooler king than the one they gave us for Fate Grand Order, like some blonde pretty boy. I'm like, it's not as good. I mean, I get the whole thing is that a lot of the Celtic warriors in this apparently have trouble with women. Fionn does apparently, Dearmood definitely does, and Ferg is a ladies' man. But so it's like, I guess they're trying to make him more, like, more beautiful and less buff. At least that's the image that I got from it. I was hoping to have the guy taken out before 200 turns, but the rate it's going, probably not. At least it gives us some idea of the pace that we're on. Yeah. Couple of big things I'm really excited about with the Saber Wars rerun coming out soon. I am ready for Saber Lily to get her rank up quest, and I'm ready for Mysterious Heroine X to get her animation updates. I really wish that they would have used Mysterious Heroine X Alter in a Saber Wars thing. I know we finally got Saber Wars 2 in Japan, but I don't think X Alter was a thing. Okay. Also, can we talk about how a lot of the servants have been getting recent costume changes that are just like palette swaps or just like add or take away one accessory? So, we got Ultra Heroine Z as an alt costume for Mysterious Heroine X. We got Testament for Ilya, which nobody asked for, by the way. So why have we not gotten spiky hair shirtless Gil from Camelot, or Babylonia, I mean. Why have we not gotten Lion King Artoria Lancer? And why have we not gotten helmetless Lancelot? Berserker Lot? Like, that right there is one that I think deserves an alt costume more than any of the others. Helmetless Berserker Lot, because of just how powerful that moment of Fate Zero was. It's like Type Moon, Delightworks, get with it. I would also love to see maybe two separate versions of alt costumes for Waver and Elmo II. Have both adult Elmo II and younger Waver wearing the Admirable War Tactics shirt that Iskandar wore. Or heck, even have that as an alt costume for Iskandar himself. I think for the lulz, they should have like an Edmond Dantes outfit for Sherlock Holmes. Like, you should still be able to tell that it's him, but because of the whole Master of Disguise thing from Shinjuku, where he was dressed as Dantes, you should be able to see, like, he should be wearing that. I just think it'd be funny. Almost got him down to the 1 million mark. This is gonna deal a nice chunk of damage. I probably should have used Sanzang in hindsight. Oh well. Right. Slowly but surely, whittling him down. Must kill the void. 190, what was it, 193 turns right now is what we're at. Yeah, 193. So close. Just like another 3 or 4 more Buddha Palms will kill that one, and then we gotta kill the other one. If anyone's actually watched this far, thank you for sticking out with me. It's taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I mean, I knew it was going to be a slog, but this is ridiculous. So one servant I really ended up using during the Valentine's event was Carmilla. I never really used her much, but during that event, I had to do a lot of grinding against Rider classes, particularly Rider Mordred, and her Noble Phantasm is powerful against females. So, Rider plus or Assassin fighting a Rider plus anti-female bonus just made it really easy for me to wipe the floor with her. Made it really easy to grind against her to the point where it was almost bullying. I didn't get Semiramis, but I also wasn't trying very hard because I know that she's coming back for the Apocrypha event, which will be here in a couple months. So I'm not too worried about that at the moment. Alright. This should take out about close to half of what he has left. Or somewhere in that ballpark. I think the lowest I've seen for out of that's been 80,000 so far. Heck, I could probably finish him off without using another Buddha Palm. Okay, maybe not if he keeps doing that. Eightfold Blessings of Amaterasu will boost both of them to have no Phantasm charge, and Merlin will build upon his overcharge. And then I can cast Garden of Avalon, and another Buddha Palm, and then one more attack should be enough to finish off that other ghost. And then we just gotta do it all again for the third time. When's the... Oh yeah, Buster up. Perfect timing. That little ghosty over there is about to be all alone. All your friends are dead. It's just you now. What you gonna do? Here comes the Buddha Palm. Buster up, plus attack up. He is dead. Now to lay waste to this last one. I use the whatchamacallit? Target focus too soon. Alright, Ghosty Goo, here comes the pain.
は我がしずし。私全開でご奉仕いたします。ここに転散。
So I'm debating as to whether or not I want to do Summer of Gundam again this year. It went over. It went over, I suppose, decently well last year. It wasn't like a huge turnout for it or anything, but I got some pretty good content out of it. At least I like to think so. So I'm wondering if I should make it like a yearly thing. It's like every year I talk about Gundam around the summertime, just as a tradition for me on my channel. But I don't really know. Depends on what kind of content I can come up with between now and then. There's plenty of games and shows to talk about and review, and plenty of manga and all that kind of stuff. Still haven't gotten any more word about the live-action Gundam movie from Legendary yet. One game I actually started playing on the channel a long time ago, but I just never finished for whatever reason, was a Gundam vs. Zeta Gundam. I think it was just a thing of I never made time to go back and record anymore. I think I actually recorded like a good chunk of episodes, but they got lost when my old computer died. I think that's what it was. I really need to go back and just play it again. Or, I think I still have the footage somewhere, if I'm totally honest. I just need to go find it. Alright, Tamamo, do your thing. Yeah, why not? I know it's not the most effective use of Noble Phantasm Charge, but she is the most critical star, so maybe she can do the most damage. Man, Japan has some really cool arcade games, like Fate Grand Order Arcade, Gundam simulators, and Rockman EXE Battleship Stadium. I really wish that that was a thing in the United States. Really wish I could play one of those. Or if I could find like a ROM or an ISO for it somewhere and play it. All that healing ain't gonna do you no good.
の話をするとしよう。
ご所望でございます。
星の宇宙物見の楽園の橋から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者の向こうにガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
この世にはびこる天の邪急ぎ払うは我がしずし。私全開でご奉仕いたします。ここに天さん。仏パワー全開ね。御仏の加護見せてあげる。
One game I really miss playing is the original Final Fantasy. Like Final Fantasy 1 and then Final Fantasy 2. I used to have it on, actually no, I still have it on Game Boy Advance, Dawn of Souls. That I played the PSP remakes whenever those came out. I never finished the Arcane Labyrinth from the PSP version of Final Fantasy 2. I did beat the Labyrinth of Time in Final Fantasy 1, though. And I beat the hardest form of Chronodia, which that took a while. But, like, I really want to go back and play those again. They're really fun. Really fun, nice challenge, good nostalgia. Just overall solid games. Yeah, you keep using that attack all you want, but you're not going to hurt me. That's a good thing about being invincible. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this, and go ahead and boost Merlin some more so I can try to get another Garden of Avalon in there. I haven't been able to stack them as well as I would have wanted. I noticed that it's been saying critical miss a lot lately. What does that mean exactly? Yeah, got a little bit overcharged from that one, so hopefully that means that the regen will be stronger. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh, that was very nice. Now that there's only one of them, I can actually use Tamamo's drain ability without having to worry about the invincibility spread. That's the reason I haven't been using it, because I want to protect the entire party instead of having them do like no Phantasm one move and then the next one. So. Oh yeah. There we go, Merlin. Hopefully this will knock him down into the 4 millions. Not quite, but not far from it. Next turn.
お望みのままにどうか
豊足が清めた
王の話をするとし
ご所望でございます御仏の数見せてあげる5秒
星の宇宙物見の楽園の端から君に聞かせ罪なき者の向こうガーデン・オブ・アバロン
この世にはびこる天の邪魔みそぎ払うは我が雫石私全開でご奉仕いたしますここに天産
この辺りいじった方がいいんじゃないかいいともどうか
豊足が
そばです
あれ清めた
王の話をするとし
ご所望でございます御仏の数見せてあげる
星の宇宙物見の楽園の端から君に聞かせ罪なき者の向こうガーデン・オブ・アバロン
I wonder who'd win in a slap fight, Sanzang or E Honda from Street Fighter.
この世にはびこる天の邪魔みそぎ払うは我が雫石私全開でご奉仕いたしますここに天産
どうか
豊足が
王の話をするとし
Let's keep stacking these noble phantasms on top of each other. Keep doing more damage.
星の宇宙物見の楽園の端から君に聞かせ罪なき者の向こうガーデン・オブ・アバロン
And I'm just glad that its recovery move doesn't restore 100,000 HP, so...
御仏の数見せてあげる 仏の加護見せてあげる。
What servant I'm kind of surprised hasn't been in Grand Order yet is Archimedes. Like, I know Archimedes was like an Extella thing, but still. We need to see Archimedes, we need to see Agravain as a playable character, and they need to give us Solomon or Romani as a playable character as well. Like, they've BS'd harder stuff to make someone playable, and everyone wants Solomon, so why not?
王の話をするとしよう。
Or heck, it could even be like Solomon from the Servant universe or whatever.
星の宇宙物見の楽園の柱君に聞かせよ。罪なき者の無効ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
豊足が裏に出し
このためのままに。
御仏の加護見せてあげる。この世にはびこる天の邪みそぎ払うは我がしずいし。私全開でご奉仕いたします。ここへ謙遜。
そうです。お待たせ。夢のように片付けよう。この辺りいじった方がいいんじゃないか。王の話をするとしよう。星の宇宙物見の中野の端から君に聞かせよ。罪なき者の不幸ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
御仏パワー全開ね。御仏の加護見せてあげる。豊足が上に出し清めただけそれでいいの。ご所望でございます。この世にはびこる天の邪みそぎ払うは我がしずいし。私全開でご奉仕いたします。
I always forget how long Tamamo's hair is in this form. I was like, I see the thing dragging the ground, part of me thinks it's her tail, then I keep forgetting that the three yellow things on her back are her tails. Yeah, slowly but surely, I've been getting more and more of the characters that are in the story mode, like, that are not limited, so I'm wondering, who am I gonna get next? Ozyman, maybe? I wouldn't complain. Ozyman or Quetzalcoatl. Come on, smack Sanzang just once. You jerk. How about this, though? Haha. Alright, another Garden of Avalon, the next turn another Eightfold Blessings, and then just keeps going on and on and on. We're almost halfway done with the last one. And hopefully, he will go down faster than his brothers. Denied. Smack Sanzang just a little bit. There we go. Smack Tamamo just once. You jerk. Oh, never mind. Haha.
うは我が沈し私全開でご奉仕いたします。ここに転散やっ
王の話をするとしよう。星の宇宙に物見の手で楽園の端から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者の不幸ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
豊足上に
いいとも。
御仏の数見せてあげる。5秒
どうか
大結界
お望みのまま。
ご所望でございます。この世にはびこる天の邪みそぎ払うは我が沈し私全開でご奉仕いたします。ここに転散
どうかこの辺りいじった方がいいんじゃないか。お任せ。夢のような王の話をするとしよう。
御仏の数見せてあげる。
If there's ever another mission like this to where they have a ludicrous amount of HP and you're supposed to use an insta-kill move, remind me to not attempt it like this again. Or at least not without
星の宇宙に
more fun strategy. Honestly, I kind of wish that I knew how to do that ludicrously overpowered Robin Hood to where he does like a million damage with his Snow Phantasm.
豊足
お望みのまま。
これでいいの豊足
どうか
大結界ご所望でございます。この世にはびこる天の邪みそぎ払うは我が沈し私全開でご奉仕いたします。ここに転散
そうです。
豊足清めて御仏パワー
Yeah, right on schedule. Around the 250 mark. Got him down to about half HP.
見ほたけパワー全開ね。
Knock him down into the 2 mils.
見ほたけの数見せてあげる。5秒間。豊足腕清めた。だはいそれでいいの。ご所望でございます。この世にはびこる天の邪みそぎ払うは我がしずし。私全開でご奉仕いたします。世界のここに転
The big pink and blue spirals flying around here reminds me of like Wildberry Pop-Tarts. Sorry, I don't really have much clever to say right now. I'm just waiting until the opportunity to put him down strikes.
清めた。見ほたけパワー全開ね。見ほたけの数見せてあげる。5秒間。
星の宇宙桃見の中野の星の君に聞かせ
Y'all haven't seen it yet because I haven't got the videos uploaded at the time of doing this, but I got the Grail from the Valentine's event and I gave it to my Dantes. He's now level 94. Yeah, he's the one I'm grailing 100 next. I've been using all my golden foe cards on my Saber Lily, even though I haven't used her in a while. And I probably won't actually use her until America gets the level 11 Bond expansion. But yeah, Saber Lily works so hard, she's precious and deserves help, so I decided to max her out with golden foe cards before I give any to anybody else. Dang it. No. There we go. Yeah, Merlin, you don't need it. You're gonna recharge enough on your own.
話をするとしよう。星の宇宙に
Oh, here's something that's fairly recent. Went to see the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I thought it was very alright. I've definitely seen worse when it comes to video game movies, but I've definitely seen a lot better when it comes to video game adaptations. It was... I went in with literally no expectations. I got about what I expected. There were a few clever moments. Nothing spectacular. Might redbox the sequel unless they do something to like really blow me away between now and then. But the first one, it came dangerously close to being a lot like the Smurfs movie, to where you have the title character, but they focus too much on the humans. But no, they actually did keep the plot mostly focused around Sonic, so that was pretty well done. Some of the jokes fell flat, a couple of them were decent. Jim Carrey played the part well. I found Dr. Robotnik kind of obnoxious, which, I mean, I guess he is. I'm going to be first to admit, I know jack about Sonic. The only Sonic game I've actually played to completion has been Sonic Forces, if y'all remember watching that here on the channel. But, like, I don't know much about Sonic at all. I know very little about the lore. I know very little about the characters. Honestly, the movie is the biggest exposure I've gotten to him outside Sonic Forces, and I remember watching a few episodes of Sonic X and reading a few of the comics when I was younger, but that's about it. So yeah, I thought it was very alright. Mostly went to watch it just because the artists who designed Sonic actually took the time to redesign him after listening to the fans' backlash. You know, something that Game Freak could have managed to do, listen to their fans a little bit and, you know, not screw them over. But I digress. So, went to watch it in support of them actually caring about what the fans said. Sadly, though, it turns out that, like, the studio or the artists were not, like, they were fired, like, right after the movie was finished or something like that. They're not getting paid for what's happening right now. As far as I know. That's the way I heard it, at least. I did think it was kind of strange that the echidnas were chasing after Sonic when, well, actually, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Sorry about that minor thing. You don't know where that's gonna be in the movie though. So, if you care about spoilers, I'm not gonna spoil anything. I will say some things in the movie I didn't expect. Other things, I like how they did it. I did catch some references to the Archie comics here and there that I appreciate, and I am glad to see that my favorite character will be showing up in the next movie. So. That's all I got to say on it for now. Alright, Sanzang, do a lot of damage here. There we go. Finally get the Garden of Avalon recharged, along with 8 full blessings of Amaterasu.
所望でございます。この世にはびこる天の邪みそぎ払うは我がしずし。
夏の端から君に聞かせ罪なき者の通りガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
豊足だ。
この辺りビビった方がいいんじゃないか。
みほとけパワー全開。ご所望でございます。
Start to smack you back to back with double Buddha palms.
みほとけの角見せてあげる。この世にはびこる天の邪みそぎ払うは我がしずし。私全開でご奉仕いたします。世界のここに謙遜。清めた。
この辺りビビった方がいいんじゃないか。
本気返しちゃうんだから。みかんそれでいい。
Alright, come on.
豊足だ。
この辺りビビった方がいいんじゃないか。王の話をするとし
全開ね。
星の宇宙物見の楽の端から君に聞かせ罪なき者の通りガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
Less than 2 million.
みほとけの
And we're 29 turns away from 300.
豊足だ。この世にはびこる天の邪みそぎ払うは我がしずし。私全開でご奉仕いたします。世界のここに謙遜。豊足だ。それでいいと。
I use Garden of Avalon next turn.
みほとけの角見せてあげる。
話をするとしよ
これでいいと。
う。星 星の宇宙物見楽園の橋から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者の向こうにあるガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
豊足上に大仏パワー全開ね。それでいい。
Just add an extra smack on there for him.
御仏の数見せてあげる。5秒間。 この世にはびこるじゃ
Just 1.5 million left.
払うは我がしずし。私全開でご奉仕いたします。ここに謙遜。いくよ。
お任せ。夢の中
いくよ。
いいとこ。
それでいいの。
そうです。
All right.
この辺りいじった方がいいんじゃないか。
御仏の数見せてあげる。5秒間。
王の話をするとしよう。
それでいいの。
Getting ever closer.
星の宇宙に物見楽園の橋から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者の向こうにあるガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
御仏パワー全開ね。みこ。御仏の数見せてあげる。5秒間。
どうか。
豊足上に本気出しちゃうんだから。
お任せ。夢のように
清め。清め。大正解。ご所望でございます。
Probably not gonna knock it down to 1 million flat, but gonna get close.
この世にはびこるじゃ。急ぎ払うは我がしずし。私全開でご奉仕いたします。ここ
Come on, smack Merlin. Smack Merlin just once. Jerk. Alright, finally knocking it down below the 1 million mark. We're in the home stretch now. Alright. If I pull this off, then I should be able to do another one next turn, because I have the Rapid Chanting Sutras. You brought this upon yourself. I think I can actually do it before 300. Come on, smack Sanzang like twice. Or not. Well, I got a double Noble Phantasm for him next turn.
中物見楽園の端から君に聞かせ罪なき者のみ通るガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
御仏のカード見せてあげる。五行だ。
この辺りいじった方がいいんじゃないか。
さて豊足
9 turns left. It's gonna be close.
それでいいの。ご所望でございます。御仏のカード見せてあげる。
Go Sanzang.
五行だ。この世にはびこる天の邪みそに払うは我が雫石。私全開でご奉仕いたします。ここに天さん。えい。本気出しちゃうんだから。いくわよ。
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. See if I can do it before the 295.
御仏のカード見せてあげる。五行だ。
王の話をするとしよう。星の宇宙物見楽園の端から君に聞かせ罪なき者のみ通るガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
豊足
Maybe I can't do it before 295 is up, but maybe I can get it done on 295. Let's see.
みそに払うは我が雫石。私全開でご奉仕いたします。ここに天さん。
どうかこの辺りいじった方がいいんじゃないか。この辺りいじった方がいいんじゃないか。
清めた。本気出しちゃうんだから。清めた。
お、
御仏パワーズ。
いいとこ。
All right. Go for it, Sanzang.
御仏のカード見せてあげる。
Okay, survived that, but... the last strike did it. Or the last strike from Sanzang.
有入といたしましょ
295 turns. I don't know how long this video is actually going to end up being. Yeah, you see Helena and Da Vinci back there. Huh. Well, so... to everyone who stuck it out for this whole, I don't know, 2.5 hour, 3 hour video, however long this ends up being, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Blade Cross EXE, part of Flash & Blades Productions. Just fighting the voids from the Garden of Sinners rerun event of Fate Grand Order. Just to prove that I could. Just to waste my time and prove that I could do it without using Saber Shiki. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.